How's it going, people of YouTube? It's me, Adam, your friendly neighborhood duder. I hope you're doing well. Today I'm going to be discussing the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer and my thoughts on it in general, because it came out last night, and check my previous video for my reaction video for that. Yeah, so now I'm just going to be telling you generally what I think about it, what I think some of the plot line may be, what some of the sort of intricate little details may be about. Yeah, so join me, won't you?
Hello, Peter.
The film starts out where the last film kind of left off, where Spider-Man's identity has been revealed by Mysterio as Peter Parker. So now everybody knows, and everybody is giving Peter Parker kind of a hard time by the sounds of things, and he's really fed up with it. He's not enjoying the way things have turned out, and he turns to Doctor Stephen Strange, to cast a spell on the entire world, I guess, to forget that his identity is actually Peter Parker. This sort of correlates a little bit with an old comic book title, namely Civil War and One More Day. Civil War was where Spider-Man revealed his identity, and I remember when that comic came out, and I knew it was a bad idea, and I knew it was like, it just took away everything Spider-Man's about, because Spider-Man always has to keep his identity hidden, because it's just part of his character, it's part of who he is. He has to protect his loved ones. He's not the kind of Tony Stark character who's just out there in the open telling people that he is a superhero. He has a dual identity for a reason, a good valid reason. So the minute they did that in the comics, I thought that was a bad idea, and so did a lot of other people. So they had to retcon that idea with One More Day, where Peter Parker did this deal with Mephisto, and made everybody forget that he was Peter Parker. But in the deal was he had to give up his marriage to Mary Jane or something like that. It wasn't a great storyline, and it was kind of like a retcon thing that didn't work out too well, and I don't think it's very loved overall by comic book fans. But I think this is what they're loosely drawing from this. There is a clip where Peter Parker is being interrogated by some police, and then just after that clip, but a guy in a white shirt slams down some files on a desk, and you don't see his face, his head's cut off kind of thing, not literally, but like cut off by the camera. And it's suspected, it's been going around the internet, that this is Charlie Cox, who plays the character Matt Murdock, Daredevil, in the Netflix series, because apparently he's coming over to this film as well. This is all rumor, because nothing has actually been confirmed as yet, but people are also saying no, it's not him, because he's a little bit chubby around the midriff. He's got a few love handles and things going on. So that I am 100% not sure on whether it is or not. So I don't know if it is him or not, because there's no head in it, but it could be, and it's a nice theory. It could, as Peter Parker's lawyer, his defense lawyer, when he's trying to defend himself against the case of him being Spider-Man against the world. So I'm guessing this must happen in the first half of the film then. Who knows, but it would be cool if it was him. There's a scene where Peter Parker is walking through an angry crowd with MJ, Ned, and Flash Thompson in the background with dyed blonde hair, to go along with more of the comic book Flash Thompson, who had blonde hair, although I remember him having ginger hair, but I think he had a bit of both. But I mainly remember having ginger hair, but he's dyed his hair blonde in this anyway. So in this particular scene, I would imagine it's just before the court case or something like that, and his friends have showed up to show him some support, and he's going to court to plead his case, plead his innocence, that he's not Spider-Man or something like that. They show Peter Parker walking through his high school. Everybody's got their camera phones out, and he's just really like having a miserable time, because everybody just won't leave him alone, because they all suspect he's Spider-Man, or, you know, because he's in the news and everything like this. Yeah, he ain't having a good time. Who's he gonna call? Doctor Strange. He turns up at Doctor Strange's sanctum sanctorum. It's his house. They turn up at Doctor Strange's house anyway, and it's all like covered in snow for some particular reason. A lot of people have been theorizing that it's because when Hulk smashed through the roof and stuff like that, but like, why wouldn't Doctor Strange just magic a roof back up? It really wouldn't. So I don't really get the whole snow situation that's going on in Doctor Strange's home, but I'm sure there's obviously a decent reason for it. But yeah, strange. Doctor Strange. They cut to a scene where Peter Parker sort of kind of looks like he just appeared out of nowhere in a classroom in a black Spider-Man suit, but not the Venom black Spider-Man suit. This looks more akin to the Spider-Man black suit that has been seen in promotional material of toys and such, where he has this sort of gold banding around it and a sort of a more Doctor Strange-esque emblem on his chest. So this could be like some kind of magic suit, possibly to leap between multiverses some way or something like that. Maybe he can move between the different multiverses and meet Andrew, meet Toby and all this kind of thing going on. Or maybe it's just a cool looking suit, who knows. There's a scene where Wong is disappearing through one of the portals, and he's off with some luggage, so he's going somewhere to do something. Now it looks like it's probably connected to the film Shang-Chi, because we know Wong appears in the film Shang-Chi fighting the Abomination, so it's probably linked to that. And just before he leaves, he says, don't cast the spell to reverse everybody's memory and stop everybody from realizing that Peter Parker is actually Spider-Man. Doctor Strange agrees, but then gives Peter a sly little wink. Now, what I find weird is the fact that Doctor Strange would be that kind of reckless with his magic. I don't think he'd use it that irresponsibly, so there's something a little bit strange, pun intended, about Doctor Strange going on here. He may not be who he seems. They show the scene where Doctor Strange is casting the spell to make everybody forget, but while he's doing it, Peter Parker is like jabbering away, talking about, oh, actually, maybe it's not a good idea that you make Mary Jane forget, because if you make, not Mary Jane, MJ forget, if you make MJ forget, then, you know, our relationship would be totally different. In fact, maybe Aunt May should know as well. And he's like jibber jabbering the whole way, and Doctor Strange's like, just shut the fuck up, I'm trying to concentrate and do my magic spell shit. And then the sort of what looks like the multiverse like breaking and appearing and sort of the whole thing happening due to that, his lack of concentration, something like that. But I definitely don't think that would be the reason that would bring forth the multiverse. Is just Peter Parker like talking and Doctor Strange losing his concentration, because Doctor Strange can do multiple things at once. He can definitely multitask, so I don't think Peter just gibbering on was going to make him like tear a rip in the fabric of the entire universe. So yeah, there's something. And plus, we saw in the Disney Plus show Loki, the Timekeeper, He Who Remains, was killed by the female Loki, whose name escapes him at the moment. So yeah, and that set a load of branch realities into place as well. So there's a whole lot of stuff going on here at the moment, and there's a lot of stuff that we don't know exactly what is happening, but because the way they splice these trailers together, you never really know what's happening. They purposely leave bits out, they purposely put bits in and then take it out later. So they show you what they want you to see, basically. Then we see some really cool looking visuals with the whole city imploding in on itself, Inception style, more of the Doctor Strange, the first film, more of that kind of weird illusion looking stuff, the Mirrorverse and all those things, where just the whole city just starts doing this weird coily shit and MC Escher type design. Then we see Doctor Strange on the top of a train, in a kind of reminiscent way to how Dr. Octopus was on the top of the train fighting Spider-Man. But he's in a dark suit and he looks kind of evil. So I'm thinking this is either a different dimension Doctor Strange, or Doctor Strange has been corrupted somehow by dark magic. I don't know, something like that. But yeah, he's after Spider-Man, and he does this weird like coiled train thing around him, and he's just like trying to trap him and stuff. But yeah, shit's going down basically. We see a scene where Doctor Strange whacks Peter Parker, Spider-Man, in the chest, projecting his astral self out, and we see Spider-Man has in his hands this box. So whatever this box is about, I don't know. There's been theories about it being something that caged the bad guys in it, caged Dr. Octopus, Lizard, Green Goblin, etc. in this, but I don't really have any clue where they get that from. It could be true, but to me it just looks like a box, but it's obviously some kind of magical significance. But what that magical significance is, I don't know. But he's whacking Spider-Man in the chest saying, fuck off, this is my box, whatever the box does. Some kind of magical shit. They show a sort of darkened image of some sort of creature attacking Peter Parker from behind. You can't make out who it is, but my guess is it's a Lizard. There's other theories that it could be Venom, but I don't think we're going to see Venom this early in this film. But then again, it would correlate with Venom versus Carnage film coming out. And I know that the end credit scenes and things like that have the Vulture in it and Morbius and stuff like that. It could even be Morbius. That's a point. It could be Morbius. But yeah, what villain it is, I don't know, because it's too dark to see. The next scene we see is like the yellow lightning come down. So that is more than definitely going to be Electro. Jamie Foxx is reprising his role in this, but he's going to be looking different. So he's not going to have the blue face and the blue lightning. He's going to probably look a little bit cooler, I should imagine. Maybe more akin to the comic books. We also see like a sand cloud, so that's got to be Sandman. I'm not sure if they're going to use the original actor, but I would imagine they would, because they're doing it with everything else, so why wouldn't they? And in that scene you can also see that Spider-Man is in his gold and black suit once again. And then my personal favourite clip of the whole trailer is when the pumpkin bomb just comes rolling in and you hear that cackle from Willem Dafoe, Norman Osborn, the Green Goblin. So that is going to be really cool when he arrives on the scene. Next we see Dr. Octopus's tentacle come flying through a bunch of cars and stuff with a big red eye in the middle, just like the Spider-Man 2 film from way back when, starring Alfred Molina. And then we see the man himself, Dr. Octopus, and he says, hello Peter, like that. And then we see like Spider-Man get ready for battle. There's been theories that he's actually just saying hello to the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man from the other Spider-Man film, because obviously he's going to be in this film too. It's not confirmed that Tobey Maguire is going to be in this film, but we all know he is, as well as Andrew Garfield. But yeah, who knows whether this is true or not. But overall, this has been a fantastic little glimpse of what's going to happen. I had a little argument with some dickhead on the internet earlier on today saying, oh, because I put a comment of oh, I really enjoyed the trailer, but they didn't really show a lot. Because they didn't really show a lot, in my opinion. And he was like, oh, what are you talking about? They showed the whole fucking film. I'm like, no, they didn't. There's so much more to come in this film that he doesn't even know about, the little fucking prick. Sorry, I get angry with this shit. But like, trolls and shit like that piss me off. But this guy, yeah, is so wrong, because like there's so much more to come. And you know, they're going to show us what they want us to see, but there's so much more to come, and I cannot wait. But those are my thoughts on the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer, and yeah, I'm very excited for it, as you can probably tell. So bring on the winter. I hate winter, but yeah, bring it on all the same. If you want to leave some comments in the section down below, let me know what you think about the trailer, and let me know some of your theories, and that'd be really interesting to read. And yeah, maybe think about subscribing and liking and doing all that shit. But thank you very much for showing up and watching my video. Love you very much. God bless. Goodbye.